What is up, Need for Speed racers? It is I, your wheelman, Alex Cornnut. I'm here today with the Volkswagen Golf GTI in B class and S class. So you could say that this is a BS build. For the memes. I've got the music by UncRC. He's back in all of my videos right now. Check out his SoundCloud down below. Give him some love. If you like some of the beats that are getting dropped here, give that guy a shout out. Give him a like. Go check out the SoundCloud. Let him know that we're out here. He's got his own channel in my Discord if you want to listen to his other stuff. He works really hard for me, and I'm like so thankful for that. I've got the two builds here. My rule for how I do stuff on my channel is I do not like repeating builds that somebody else has done unless I can optimize them. So I don't have A, I don't have A+. There's already builds out there by other content creators. They're solid. I couldn't optimize them, so why bring you a repeat build? That's just copycat. That's not me. But for B, I've got an optimized build that's a little different, and for S, I've got one that's a banger. If you're gonna run this car in S class, you gotta go full memes, and I've got the full meme build for you guys. So let's dig into it. We'll start with B, and then we'll go to S, and we'll get this BS out of the way, and then we got gameplay footage at the end of the S class. Let's go. For the B class, you are running the 4.3 liter V8 engine. It is the first one in the lineup, and we go up from there. It is the 162 brake horsepower 4.3 liter. For the parts, you run Silver Pro induction, Iron Basic ECU, Iron Basic fuel system, and then Sport Bronze exhaust. Slap in a Gold Roots supercharger. I could not put a higher tier forced induction in there. It wouldn't fit in B class. And then you get to run Pro Silver Nitrous. For the suspension and the chassis for B class, you are running Elite Platinum road suspension, Iron Basic brakes, and Elite Platinum grip tires. Full grippy boy on this one, you guys, as I do. And then Iron Basic clutch, Sport Bronze 4-speed transmission, Elite Platinum diff. You can run just the Sport Bronze diff if you would like, you guys. If you're balling on a budget, save your money, just run that one. It's fine. That'll get you full Beyonce. Nitrous drift, nitrous grip. That's what I run for the auxiliaries, as you guys know. For the handling, slide that slider full Beyonce, 100% to the left, full grip. Steering sensitivity, I run 2 clicks high. You guys do whatever you're comfortable with. That is a personal preference thing. I know some of my drifters run it all the way high. I know some of my micro drifters run it all the way low. So just do whatever you like, you guys. Downforce, run it all the way high. That is the sweet spot. You need to be within the last 3 clicks. So there, or there to be 159. I didn't really notice a huge discernible difference, so when I don't notice much, I always go full right just so I have most downforce. Traction control off. Drift entry is brake tap. That is going to give you the B class Volkswagen Golf GTI, 295 on the horsepower and 420 on that torque. It's all right, you guys. This is a okay car in B class. It is not an RSR. You will get walked. They launch. They're fast. They are the best car in B class. The other best car in B class, the trades blows with it, but has a little better top speed for redline tech, is going to be that Testarossa. So if you already own the RSR and the Testarossa, you're looking for an alt car, or you really want to drive this little fridge, go for it. This is not a bad build. I think that the torque really helps it get out of the corners. It helps it carry speed and momentum through the corners when you're turning. But overall, this is a 3rd, 4th, 5th slot in there. It's not super like meta, but it does do okay. So that being said, you know, like if you guys want it, viewer requested, as we do on the channel, it's here for you. Let's go into the A class build and let me show you what I've got over there. S class is a whole different beast. If you are going to drive this car in S, you need to learn everything new. It is like a whole new game experience playing this car. It took me probably an hour or 2 of driving it before I was really starting to lock into the lines and really understand what it needed from me. But as you guys do, viewer requested, I give you what you want. And so I went and learned how to drive it so I could show you some gameplay footage of it. Viewer request means that you guys picked it. So the way that works is drop a comment down below on what you want to see next. Whatever comment gets the most likes will be the next build that I work on for you guys. I don't do class specific builds. I try to pick the car and put it into a class that I think it slots best. I've seen some of you guys be like, oh, well, this car, I did really good with it here, or I liked it over here. I'm like, okay, cool. I don't disagree. If you like it somewhere, that's great, you guys. But when I'm doing builds, I really try to bring something to you that I think is the best for me, that I was getting the most out of. And I tried at different tiers, different engines, different parts, just to really do a lot of testing to see what is the sweet spot for that car, or what gap does it fill. That being said, if you are down in the comments and you are liking someone else's comment, like the video while you're down there. I appreciate that a whole lot. That helps me a lot. That supports me. You guys are helping me a bunch in this space, and I'm loving it. So, S-Class, you guys. It is full meme. Like, there's no way we can pack more horsepower into it, and that's really the idea of this car at S. You are not here to get a grip build. You are not here to get a drift build. It doesn't do either. Believe me, Slide tried it, laughed about it, and then said he'll never drive the car again. So, like, it doesn't drift, you guys. It does one thing, and that is an off-road insane build. And if you take the lines correct, you can actually do some crazy times on some tracks that are unexpected. And the lines are way different with it. So stay tuned for the gameplay footage, and I'll kind of walk you through that. But I'm no golf driver, so my times are good, but they're not like meta. They're not record-breaking times or anything like that. So there's probably some golf drivers out there that have got some better times than I, so maybe go search for them. I know Blue T, he's really fast. He's got some cool golf times. But let's dig into it. Let me show you what I got for S. For the engine you're running in the S-Class, it is the 4.9 liter V8. It is the second motor. It is the Iron Basic 225 brake horsepower when we start. For the parts, Elite Platinum, all of it, except for the tires. You do Elite Platinum induction, Elite Platinum ECU, Elite Platinum fuel system, Elite Platinum exhaust, and then you do the Elite Platinum single turbo. Let me walk you through why that is the case. You can do the roots, and then if you do the roots, you can put on Elite Platinum off-road tires. But there's not a huge discernible difference between the off-road tires that are gold or the Elites. Like, I tried both builds. I tried it with the Super. I tried it with the Turbo. This car does one thing when you launch, and it stands still and just spins the tires and burns out. You'll get like 2.5, almost 3 bars of yellow boost just from the burnout on the launch. So manual players, shift into 7th, pre-shift. Automatic players, learn to play manual because you drive it like a Regera. You shift into 7th, leave it there, and you're just in 7th the entire time. The way that this car works is that 222 top speed is really like the attraction here. You can go so fast and it accelerates so hard. Once you get about 150, 160, it actually starts to hook up and you just go zooming by everybody. It's really fun. But you're trading off a lot of stuff to make that work. And so overall, this isn't going to be meta on a lot of tracks. It's going to be meta on some tracks. It is a fun car to drive. I do a 157 on blue collar, so that gives you an idea of what you can produce with it. But just be aware of what you're getting into here, you guys. This is a very different build. It's a very different setup. It is rowdy. We do Sport Bronze Nitrous. We do Elite Platinum off-road suspension. Iron Basic brakes. And then you do Super Gold off-road tires. That was the only way to get all the horsepower crammed into it. Iron Basic clutch. Super Gold 7-speed transmission. Just shift into 7th, leave it, set it, forget it. Guys, if you're not running manual and you plan to drive this car, just learn manual. You don't have to learn anything. Just pre-shift before the race starts into 7th gear and just run your race. Elite Platinum diff, like I said, you can get away with the Super Gold one on this one. No, that's 95. You have to do the Elite Platinum. I'm sorry, I was defaulting to what my B knowledge was. But for the S, you've got to run the Elite Platinum diff to get 100% grip. It's not very grippy. Auxiliary is Nitrous Drift, Nitrous Grip. Like I said, the reason I went with the Turbo is because it ups that top speed. If you go with the Super, it brings it down on your top speed. The attraction of this car is being able to walk everyone in a straight line. It is nutty. And if you can hang 2 tires in the dirt, you can Tron turn. But you have to be on the dirt for this car to turn appropriately. Otherwise, it just snow plows. Like, you turn the wheels, and it just doesn't turn. It just goes straight. So, like I said, you have to learn a whole new driving style to make it work. And it's a very eye-opening, crazy experience. But I was laughing a lot. Like, I was giggling. The guys take off in the race, and then they'd be like, oh, he's coming, he's coming. Golf goes right by him. So, just bear in mind, laugh with it. If you lean into the meme and learn how to drive it, I think you guys will like it, but really, you really have to lean into it and be like, I'm going to be a golf driver. It's not something you're going to accidentally be good at. It took some practice for me, for sure. For the handling, 100% full Beyonce to the left. It really isn't a grip car, so whatever, but it's better than drifting, I guess. Steering sensitivity on 2 clicks high. Downforce, you need to be in the last couple spots. There's like 2 spots right there. So from the center, it's 1, 2. It's second and third clicks to the right. That's the 2 spots where it's a 329 with this setup. Traction control off, drift entries, brake tap. Top speed of 222. It will do that. I'll show you some of that in the gameplay footage. On blue collar, this car makes up all of its time on the dirt hill over the land section. Like, you go up the big dirt mound and come back down the other side. You'll be doing 210, 215 on the back side of that hill. It's nutty. There's no other car that goes like that. Everything else is doing like 150, 160, and you'll just blow by them. Like I say, I do a 157 on blue collar in this car. It's nuts. But you wall ride, you go degen lines. I mean, you're really fighting for every second that you get on that track, but you can go pretty fast. 1204 on the horsepower and 1358 on the torque. You don't really see any of that horsepower and torque until you're going about 150 or 160, because you got to let the car settle. But I tried redline teching real gingerly through the gears, just trying to like maximize everything. I've tried shifting a bunch. I've tried launching in different gears. Nope. Just set it, forget it. Put it in 7th and send it. And just enjoy. It's a meme, but it's fun. So that is the BS meme build for the 2 Golfs. Viewer requested. Drop a comment on what you guys want to see. Shout out to UnkRC for bringing us the beats, and Nil for bearing with me on this and working through the golf builds with me so we can get it all done for you guys. I'm thankful for you. You guys are helping me. It's awesome. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye. All right, the hustle. Let's get this one going here. This track has got some straight line speed, so it kind of shows off what the Golf can do. We got some of the guys in the Cornnut crew running that livery. I love that. I like it when we squad up. It's a lot of fun. Launch in 7th, like I say, and you just sit there and you burn it. Benson XL doing the same thing we are. Now, you'll see that I wait until I get the boost to 3 bars, and then I use it and cap it around 150. That allows you to actually get something out of the 3 bar. If you burn it early, you do nothing with it. We're going 215 right now. Already. Like, and now we're catching everybody. We are walking everyone else behind us. This car is a meme, like I say. You've got to redline tech it up, but that's the attraction here. If you're going to build the car, build it with that top speed in mind, so that way, even if you're bouncing off the red limiter, you're still going like 215. You will get rear-ended on a lot of your launches, just because you're stopped and there's people behind you that are not used to that. So here, I'm in the dirt. That dirt section right there with that Tron turn allowed me to actually make the left. If you try to do that on just straight concrete, this car does not turn. It does a super wide snow plow and you just find yourself off in the booms. I am not trying to redline tech here because as soon as you turn, your car bleeds speed. So really the idea is just keep it full throttle, let the car get up to its 215, bounce, redline tech speed. I go into the wall, I'm saving that 3 bar till I kind of get clear, and then I use that to accelerate. Now, because I've got a good straightaway, I don't have to focus on much. I'm trying to redline tech a little bit here. You'll see that 222 right there. That's nutty. I go to the right of the jump to try to not jump very far. I use e-brake to turn the car, you guys. Like, you're going to be using lots and lots of e-brake, very little regular brake. That's just how it works. That's how you drive this thing. And so we're accelerating. We're getting back up to speed. We've got 600 yards on our opponents, and we've got some fast guys in here. Watson, Splash, Lex, Bulky, all of those guys are quick. Benson as well. He's also in the Golf. So, like, these guys are not slow racers, and we're just out here zooming. Overall, that's not a record pace for the hustle, but it's not bad. I mean, a 146.33 is like 2 seconds off of our crew record, which is the Rosa. So that does give you an idea how this car can perform if you're driving it real hard. And it's a lot of fun. So lean into the memes and just go all out in that S-Class, you guys. Now, Blue Collar is its own beast. You guys have seen me do this track a bunch of other times. There's a lot of different ways to take the lines and be fast. We've seen a 150 from our man Hex, and so we know what speed looks like. Let me show you what golf looks like. We launch in 7th and just set it, forget it, pray, and we get lucky, get a little bit of a boost from behind. I'm telling you, like, that is going to be your saving grace. If somebody actually taps you and gives you a boost without killing you, you're good. I've been murdered off the line a couple times. You wall ride there. Like, that's the move. Lex kind of pins us. We lose a little bit of momentum. I go a little wide to stay out of the traffic that is created there. You'll see I'm hanging tires in the dirt there. That's because the car only turns in the dirt. I'm e-braking around, taking sharp corners, and just accelerating up, saving my boost, maximizing for this corner on the inside in the dirt. I'm purposely putting this car in the dirt because it doesn't shave a lot of speed in the dirt with the off-road tires, and that's really the only place it gets grip. So another turn, we wall ride here. It's so against my religion to do that, but whatever. If you're in the car, drive it the way it's supposed to be driven. And so we're taking a little wider lines. You'll see that I'm not on the concrete hardly at all. This is where this car shines. Watch me hit this 3-bar. We're going 190 when we enter the dirt section, and we're going 200 as we start to crest the hill here. This car is crazy, you guys. Going 220 over the hill if I was doing redline tech, but after we start to turn, it comes down. But I think we hit like 218, no problem. I'm taking just direct lines to the checkpoints and waiting till I'm clear of the corner and then hitting that 3-bar. I've tried to Tron turn there a couple times. It threw me off the map, so just be aware. You guys are going to learn a whole new style if you're going to drive this car. I'm doing degen lines, just turning super sharp as soon as I get through the checkpoint and going off-road to go down the hill. Same thing here. Degen line, turning real sharp, staying on the gravel as much as I can, and then using the e-brake to point the car. We go through here. Nice sharp corner, staying in the dirt as much as we can. As soon as we hit the pavement, it goes real wide, and then just lining up our exit and accelerating. Nothing crazy, but a 157 in this thing with the wall rides, the terrible start, and just memes of a machine is actually faster than that Mercedes build I did like 2 weeks ago. So that gives you an idea of how this thing performs. It's pretty wild. Sub 2 is fast on Blue Collar, and so this thing is doing that without too much of an issue. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Give this car a build. I'm happy to bring it to you. And have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.